Hello everyone! Greetings dear Aristobats, fellow immortals and mortals yet to be claimed by the night. Welcome to this lady's humble abode. The new patch is here, I'm so excited. We're going back to the mountains. We're meeting 3 new characters. I wonder what's going on this time. Let's get into it. This time the menu soundtrack isn't really given for me. I find whistling to be a very annoying sound. So yeah, I understand why they did it. Like, I can see where the inspiration came from, why they choose to go with whistling in the soundtrack. I'm just letting you know that it's not my favorite. Okay? No offense. Let's go. Part 1. Welcome in ceremony. A message that is less than ideal. I'm wondering if we're starting in Vila's school because she's here, but then again there are these people around her that don't look like students. Anyway.
I once traveled to a small town called Rayashki. It was located high up within the Arctic Circle, and it was frigid cold all year long. After my visit there, I traveled to many more places, from Zealand to the Balkan Peninsula. My journey went on and on.
I might be tripping, but this one sounds like Basmud to me.
But above all other places, I kept finding my thoughts returning to that little town, to its incandescent lights glowing in the long dark of the polar night, to the shared dream of the people there. I got this picture book from Rayashki. It is a children's book, a thin one at that, but the story inside has the power to warm a frigid heart.
Ooh, I just noticed. There is a picture of Avgust on the left.
Once opened, wells of bright primary colors run into one another and flow up onto my palm. I found myself returning to it during stormy days when I was stuck at home. This is a story about honest and ordinary people.
The swans are dancing in a circle. Their arms go back and forth. Vila and the swans have done this dance almost 20 times last week. He taught the swans all their beautiful moves. Swan Lick is the best ballet ever. I remembered Mr. Avgeni once said so. He also said the tortoises would come to watch the show. But why would tortoises want to watch Swan Lake? Vila says she doesn't like the tortoises. She likes knowledge. I don't know much about knowledge. But I think Miss Vila's always right. Only between you and me, Vila smells like seaweed and coral. But those are happy smells to me. I think she must be the princess of the ocean.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry guys, like the intonation, like the way this VA ends her sentences, I think this, I will have to look this up, but she sounds so much like the VA for Misfortune, the game with the little girl that had really bad luck. She sounds so much alike. I'll definitely have to look this up after I'm done recording. Oh my goodness.
But she tells us she is not special, and that everyone here is equal, no matter if they are a princess or a swan. That we all have 2 feet and 10 fingers. And if we all work together, we can build the beacon to the future. I hope in the future we still get to sing and dance. when we are not building beacons. Nina's favorite food is called alonka. It's a chocolate bar. She used to cry a lot whenever she made a mistake with her dancing. But then Vila talked to her, and now she doesn't cry so much. One time, she danced very, very perfectly. So, Vila gave her a piece of an alonka bar. I believe she will be a great dancer. If she doesn't get too nervous on stage, then she could have even more chocolate. I wish I was like her. I want chocolate too, but I'm not a swan like her. And now, there's never any Alyonka in the canteen's cupboard. Now Nina is the swan princess. The most prettiest of all swans. Basono is the swan prince. He is a nice one, and he has many swan friends. And Piotr is the evil sorcerer, a black swan. Nobody wanted to be the bad guy, but Piotr doesn't mind. He is very serious and always bossy to everyone, so he doesn't have many swan friends. Piotr just wants to do his job as perfectly as he can, because he loves our town. Now, Avgust is not a swan, but he also loves his town. Then there is a little mouse who moves as quickly as the blowing wind. Will it be our new visitor? What was it that Vila said about new visitors? I don't remember now.
Avgust puts down his paper, returning to the world of noise and people. He looks around for a familiar face.
Vila!
Goodness, he's so precious, I want to pinch his nose. And for those of you who know my take on children, it doesn't work with anime children. Real children and anime children are a completely different story for me. In case any one of you gets surprised as to my reaction to him. The boy slips through the crowd until at last he finds that face looking out over a snowy field. Oh, she's so cute.
Reporting to you, Comrade Vila. I have a very important question.
Well, then go ahead, little Comrade Avgust.
How should we receive the new visitors coming to town? Maybe we can welcome them with Zelyanka? Or friendship? Or maybe something else?
We will welcome them with white snow, with smiles on our faces, and with welcoming arms we use to achieve our dreams, as we do for everyone who comes here, little comrade.
When she says I'll welcome them with white snow, does that mean that they will start throwing snowballs at them? Because that's not very welcoming in my book. Vila wipes away the pain from a child's face and stands.
It's always good to ask questions. But don't forget your task today, all right?
Oh, you know what I just noticed? So Avgust is not a dancer, okay? He likes to sit in the back and paint. And Vila is also a painter, so he probably looks up to her. She points to the unfinished painting in his hand.
Oh!
Avgust... Whoa! Cute. Avgust nods eagerly.
I won't. My drawings are important, but Vila says entertaining our new friends is also important. Which one comes first?
Well, you can offer a drawing of yours to the new people. That too is entertainment. And also, I've noticed, older people find it so cute when little kids give them their paintings, even if they're shitty. And to be fair, it has happened to me too in the past. Even though I'm not that big on children, it felt kind of cute when a child gave me the drawing. So yeah, that too is entertainment for older people. You can give them one of your drawings. He holds up his clattered drawing board.
After the swans have flown away, Evgeny will go up to the stage. Evgeny is not an evil sorcerer, but he knows a secret magic that makes everyone's tongues hide in their mouths.
That's an interesting way to put it.
He is not so much a bad person, I think. Evgeny's shadow is very long, but no one, not even my sunflower, can explain why.
I wonder what the sunflower's role is in this story, because I checked his lines and he said nothing about this. Is it like an imaginary friend, or is it like his wand to use his arcane skill with?
Evgeny walks heavily onto the stage. His appearance comes without any applause.
The tall figure reaches the podium. Oh, Evgeny is a soldier?
We have received a telegraph. Xenos investigators will arrive here in Rayashki tomorrow afternoon.
All right.
And we will be hosting a welcome ceremony.
The crowd is silent in reply.
I understand your concerns. I know you don't want Xeno to interfere with your lives, nor do you want their troops stationed here. And I would remind you that they have honored their side of the deal for decades now.
A calloused hand rises up to break the silence.
We give them runium ore, and they supply us in return. It should be as simple as that. Always it has been this way, since my grandfather's time.
Times have changed, Comrade Knut. In the old days, Xeno used to pay us generously for mining this runium, because our ore was necessary for their arcane combat vehicles. But now, we have nearly exhausted all our mines. You know this better than I do.
But isn't there some other work we can do? Already we build our own houses, and now we even grow our own crops.
He's right. Why must we work with Xeno if we could feed ourselves?
Comrades, calm yourselves. Evgeny is doing this for everybody's sake. Have you forgotten about those little monsters? Is there anyone left on our defense team that hasn't been injured fighting them?
So, Xeno is offering this town protection from the critters in exchange of ore? The audience falls quiet. Evgeny seizes on their momentary pause.
It is as Comrade Nikita said. The critters are running rampant these days. Not only have they occupied most of our mines, some have even found their way into the town. Do you really think we can protect our people with our small defense team? Don't you care about your neighbor's safety? Do you want to keep Rayashki an isolated town just to let it die?
Rayashki is more than an isolated town, Evgeny. And we all know that.
But this is the reality we all must face now.
The scales on Vila's face rise involuntarily. She holds her stare. Workers, cooks, security personnel. Soon, all of Rayashki has joined in.
Comrade Evgeny, it was your idea to turn to these Xeno big guys for help, but you never even asked what we think, did you? So you can't blame us for disagreeing now.
I'm doing this for your good.
His assurances did not seem to have much impact on the crowd. A cold wind passes across the square.
We can take care of ourselves.
She has more to say, but as she moves to speak, her scales stand on edge and shiver audibly. She holds her hand up, signaling to the crowd. There is a send to the wind. Danger is near. A horde of hairy critters burst into the square.
Everyone, watch out!
She picks up a wooden chair to fend them off.
Defense team! On it!
So, there was supposed to be a battle here, But when I started recording, I had a phone call and I had to stop. And then the game wouldn't let me play this part from the beginning. So I had to do the battle, keep pressing skip to the story so that I could activate the replay button. I apologize for that. The critters flee in a panic. If nothing else, the attack served to bring the town together again.
I salute your sense of smell, Comrade Vila. We could have suffered much more severe consequences without your forewarning.
Handshakes and salutes are shared, their dispute now absent from anyone's mind.
Think nothing of it. It's just a reflex reaction when there's danger nearby.
She touches her scales, pressing them down until they settle.
But this incursion has proved my point. We need Zeno's help. The other townspeople are not gifted with your set of talents. We are all vulnerable to the growing dangers. Wouldn't you agree? I only ask you to put yourself in their shoes.
He speaks softly, evenly, but even so, the words land like a heavy blow.
Your criticism is valid and well accepted, Comrade Yevgeny. Perhaps I could agree with your plan. Provided Zeno's presence is a temporary one, we just don't want them to change things for us here.
The atmosphere in the square moves from joyful to serious as the meaning of the words takes hold.
I'm glad that you have finally come to realize what is best for us. Zeno is known for their rigorous methods and rational decision-making, and they are committed to maintaining peace around the world. I'm sure they will make the right decision. They trusted us to supply their ore, and we have faithfully played our part in supporting them. Thanks to our help, Zeno has successfully tackled many international issues. It has always been them and us together, fighting for a better world.
When he puts it that way, he is right. We should be proud of our cooperation.
Even without a punchline, Knut's deep belly laugh breaks the tension.
Therefore, we will show our appreciation to Zeno for the contributions they've made to the world with our help. Now let's continue our rehearsals.
As the adults return to their duties, the sharp-eyed child notices that someone is missing.
Have you seen Avgust? I can't find him. Strange. Where did he go?
Looking for any Lincoln left in the cupboards, I'd bet. He's always breaking the rules, doing whatever he wants.
We shouldn't talk badly about our classmate, Piotr. He's one of us.
I had a feeling I will have a little problem with some names in this one, but I'll get there. I got there with other types of names. I'll do it here. It's just that any Slav sounding language sounds closer to Greek when it comes to how we open our mouths and pronounce things, whereas English has this thing that turns things a little more, like there's a little curving your tongue for some things. So if I was reading this in Greek, it would have been much easier for my tongue to turn correctly for these names than when I'm speaking in English and then I have to go back to thinking the Greek way to pronounce these names. So if I f it up, I'm sorry, it's just that my brain is trying to turn from one to the other in a way that is pronounced correctly, as close to the correct way as possible. So Piotr lowers his head, his face crumpling until at last he lets out a grumble fit for a bear.
Yes, you're right. I just wanted everyone to do their best, even him.
Don't worry, kids. We will find them.
Vila pats Nina's shoulder softly.
A child is missing, Comrade Yevgeny. I suggest a temporary suspension of our rehearsals.
Evgeny murmurs a half response until he catches the weight of her words.
It must be that strange kid again. He is always sneaking away like this.
He's not strange! Avgust has been no small trouble in the past. Evgeny frowns, but Vila's determined glare tells him no is not an acceptable answer.
He's only trying to understand the world in his own way.
Exactly. Moxes. Oh, look at this. They made the ending font being a mixture of snow and child writing. I love this. Oh goodness. Oh wait, we could do that before? I just realized. You see the rewards? This is fixed. We buy things with this. You're probably wondering what I'm saying right now. So here's the thing, I thought that during events, when we do one of these parts, we get the rewards one time, especially those that are used as currency. But you can redo them and get more? Has that been there the whole time? Like, has it happened in previous patches and I just missed it? So when my currency, my event currency was done by doing the story over once, I never thought of going back and redoing these part battles so that I get more stuff and buy more stuff from the shop. Oh my goodness, have I been doing this for a year and never noticed? Oh my goodness, I'm so stupid. Anyway, now I know, so when I want more stuff from the shop, I'll be going over the story battles once more. Part 2, Big Discoveries. Visitors often come unannounced and without warning. So I'm guessing the other character, this one, is from Xeno. She's not from this town. Or she could have been born here and raised and then joined Xeno. Who knows? Let's go. The question of whether a curious little dreamer has disappeared soon becomes a true conundrum, as their search through the dockyard, the post office, and even the town phone booth reveals no trace of him. This is, of course, because he has assigned himself a more critical mission, welcoming newcomers. A difficult task, especially when it leads him so far away, but he is not alone. His sunflower hops along with him. Oh, it's alive? Shut up.
Vila once said that sunflowers mean warmth, and that makes them everyone's friend. They would warmly welcome every guest that comes to town, just like my best friend here, right?
He raises a sunflower in his hand and whispers softly to its petals.
Best friends. Everyone should have a best friend.
He then picks up the pendant. Following his whispers, the pendant emits a faint glow. Oh.
Alright. Now here are big friends, small friends, many friends.
Random question, Aristobats. Can sunflowers grow in snowy fields? I mean, sure, he now used his stone, I saw that, but in general, I don't think they can. I'll have to look that up too.
So that our new guests won't feel so lonely when they come.
A small footprints continuing forward through the snow, imprinting over older, larger steps, has nearly caught up with Rayashki's new guest.
Amazing. I've never seen such a highly mutated Ijirak before. I would have missed these precious research opportunities if there weren't a gathering in the town. Oh, Windsong, seems like life has been good to you and your theory.
She stares intently at the beasts in front of her, her written notes hardly keeping pace with her whispered observations.
The disorder in ley energy here has not only caused the exhaustion of the Runian mines, but has also mutated local critters to varying degrees. Then Xeno was right. No wonder they have sent so many researchers here to look for abnormalities. Even the crank ones like me.
Look at him! Wait, I wasn't... my attention was thrown off the window when I saw his little flower and then him standing on her right.
It's obvious that this town has more to it than a handful of overly active critters, but they don't seem especially interested in the mutant ones either.
I'm very curious about that instrument she's holding, what it does, because it looks like a measuring item, but she's using it right now while watching from afar.
Zeno, what were you looking for here?
He's so precious. The sudden movement passing under her coat brings her out of her monologue. Oh, she has pink eyes. I hadn't noticed.
Hey, let go! Let go of my leg!
What are you, a dog, kid?
Strange. You're not a fox, and you're not a sable.
The appearance of this unknown child brings at first confusion, followed swiftly by panic.
Hey, kid, what are you doing?
She picks herself up, dusting off a small flurry of snowflakes. Unfortunately, Windsong is not the only one startled by the child. Oh.
Oh, shoot. Ejiraks are usually known for their good temper. It seems to not apply to their mutant kin.
Ragged antlers aim squarely at the researcher. The creature's nose puffs with each aggravated breath.
Fine.
Oh, no help this time. In the first one, they allowed me to use vila for some reason. But I guess, yeah, because the fight with the critters was against the people at the square. But now I am guessing they should give us the opportunity to try Windsong as well, because that's her fight. But oh well, I'll be back.
Природа — это числа и черты.
Excuse me? My goodness, these are big actually.
Are you building blocks here?
Excuse me, child, do you not understand you're in grave danger? The startled Ejirak runs off to the distance.
Whew. Lucky for us, it seems to still be afraid of the dark like the rest of its kind. It's finally over.
God damn it, I didn't want to pull for her, but now that I see her design from this close, I kinda want her. Her satisfaction fades as she takes stock of her surroundings.
Oh, my materials!
Well, you are the most.
Okay. His little hands struggle to reach any higher. He pats the freezing hand of the researcher.
You drove away all the bad critters and protected everyone. The swans on the stage, the big burning furnaces in the factory, and even the uncle sleeping in the mine with Papa. I think they would all give you a big thumbs up.
So his father works at the mines, okay?
Huh?
She sighs, resigned that she must now deal with her uninvited guest. Though, in fact, she's the one here uninvited.
You can call me Windsong? Just to be clear, I'm not a spy, kid. I'm just a traveler staying in town for the moment.
She casually raises an identification card in her hand, a card adorned with a familiar sunflower pattern.
Oh, but I have never seen you before.
She just said she's a traveler. How would you ever see her? Silly kid.
Do you also like to rest in the water? Like Vila?
Oh no, she's not a mermaid.
You you also have a beautiful blue tail?
His strange questions prove difficult to pass, even one at a time, but the little boy circles around her, unleashing more in salvo after salvo.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm certain that I am not what you think I am, little fellow.
To be fair, she looks pretty ethereal for a human.
I am a researcher. We often stay in quiet corners when we work on a project, so you won't see us often. Understand?
Researchers? Like those people on TV? I saw them stand on a tall stage with flowers in their arms. They spoke a lot and cried. And then they were given a shiny medal.
That sounds more like an athlete, but yeah, sure.
Vila said the medals were to praise them for being very clever.
Oh.
Can I see your medal?
Oh, can I see your medal, ma'am? This last salvo penetrated deep. Windsong's face twitches unnaturally.
Oh, the crystal on you looks stunning. It looks purer than those in the mine carts.
Well, now I guess it makes sense that he's got the crystal, the rock hanging from his neck. If his father works at the mines, he probably found it and gave it to him because it was shiny. Perhaps not knowing that is, I don't know, quote-unquote magical. Her gaze centered on it, a beautiful crystal hanging on the boy's neck, a chance possibly to stop his barrage of questions. A little pause to say this. When children come to you with 1,000 questions, because, you know, they're curious about everything, I don't understand why some people just refuse to say, I don't know. It's so simple. Like, when a kid's question comes, I don't think they will be very disappointed to know that you don't know. In fact, maybe it will make them understand that even adults don't know everything. But usually, older people, adults or whatnot, they seem to feel so perplexed by some questions. And during this bewilderment of theirs, the first thing they do when they are faced with a difficult question from a child is to change the subject. Just tell them you don't know. It's simple as that. End of pause.
Of course. Papa gave it to me.
Called it! His small chest swells with pride.
It is precious, but also very dangerous. A crystal like this is almost as volatile as undiluted runium ore. They use this stuff for war machines.
Oh.
Kid, listen to me. Put that away. Go home now and don't let anyone see it. Understand?
Foreshadowing.
It could stimulate the critter's appetite.
The critters or the Xena people that will come there and find this interesting enough to take. For war machines, as she said. Windsong nods with satisfaction, eager to see him leave. Unfortunately, a sunflower gently brushes up against her arm once more.
Can you build a very tall wall? One that can protect the whole town? Like what you did with the blocks?
I'm sorry, little fellow.
She points to the now empty patch of snow-covered ground.
That was just a trick. It won't last long.
Oh, that was amazing! Nina, Knut, Vila, everyone should learn from you. Could I make the doors and stones listen to me like you did one day? Will I be great? Like you?
See, this is one of those difficult questions I just mentioned. How would I reply? Nobody asked, but here we go. I would say, yes, you will become great like me one day, but in a different way. Maybe you won't be able to build blocks, and that might sadden you, but maybe you will do something way greater than that. Tell the truth without taking hope away from him. Because, okay, now, Windsong doesn't know anything about him, but playing this character, we, as players, know that he actually has powers. That Avgust is capable of doing great things, but she doesn't. So, in the case that you were in her place and you didn't know, I guess you could tell him that, you know, this is a power that I have, and you will build your own, which might be greater than this, even cooler. You know, keep focusing on that.
A strange kid like you should live in the age of Aquarius. and be a part of the New Age movement. Or become some kind of yogi doing meditation. And do it anywhere but here.
The New Age movement. What is that?
Her helpless attempt at turning him away goes without notice. Worse still, it seems to intrigue him. It'll make him ask you more questions.
Is that where you're from?
It's not a place. It's a spirit of a time. Full of interesting things like crystals, new schools of thought, many crazy and creative ideas.
Will the sun close its eyes? Will the dark clouds spit on people?
That's a little far-fetched, but similar things can happen.
Will their ships blow bubbles under the water?
Somehow the persistent questions stop being a source of annoyance. The subtle warmth of his boundless wonder shakes loose the frost from her heart, her smile turning from feigned to genuine.
Of course. They even believe that the world is a giant piece of blank paper, and they are the artists drawing on it.
Now you speak his language.
And not only that, they are obsessed with bizarre ideas. Where did the Stonehenge on the Salisbury Plain come from? Where are the ships and planes which traveled past the Sargasso Sea now?
Many unknown words, girl. Many unknown words. Stop.
I like them.
The child's voice blurs the edges between reality and pleasant memories of her past to a time when there were others that thought like her.
They called themselves lay hunters, the apprentices of a once renowned school of thought. However, few people in academic circles accepted the idea of ley lines as an answer to their questions.
I'm very curious about Blue Poke bringing ley lines to their scheme. Is that such a big theme in Asia, I wonder? Because, I'm thinking Genshin also places very, very big weight on ley lines and how they're used by gods. And to be fair, out of all the games I've played in my life, I've never come across this trope before Genshin, and to see it now in reverse as well makes me wonder if it's something that is popular as a trope in Asian countries. If there is anything beyond that, like real research has been done on such thing, and if ley lines are a theory or something that is considered true or anything, like if you have any information on that, do share in the comments. I'm curious. It's mainly what I said. It's like Genshin was the first game to ever see this in, and I thought it was, their plot point, something that came out of imagination, but to see it here as well makes me think that perhaps it's not a point of imagination, but a general trope, or perhaps a thing that has been discussed in researches before in real life. I don't know, because I don't understand ley lines outside the fantasy realm, if it makes sense.
So, for these lay hunters, it has been a long walk through a dark night.
Then they can come to Rayashki. Here the sun never sets. Half the year anyways. Then I can be their friend. And when I grow up, I will be a lay hunter too.
It's great, but I'm not crying. I'm not a crier. I don't cry. I work out. I have hobbies. I don't.
Sometimes I wish games allowed us see characters grow in time. Like, let's say a game is active for 6 years and that game has child characters like Avgust here. It would be interesting to see these characters growing up, like, beyond that. But I think that part of me would feel a little sad, because if I had loved their child version, I might not be into seeing them as adults as much, if it makes sense. So, on one hand, I'm curious about the idea of realism in such games that you can play for a long span of time and during which time actually passes. But on the other, I'm not necessarily mad at this Ash Ketchum syndrome. If you know, you know. But yeah, part of me wants to see Avgust as a lay hunter as an adult, but another part of me is like, no, don't have him grow up, And I have the same issue on Genshin with Klee. I don't want her to grow up, Windsong tightens his cough as if warding off the chill.
I'm afraid it's a bit too late, little fellow. Most have already given up. They lost interest in solving the mysteries and lost their faith in finding the curves and the lines. So, the study of ley lines has been all but abandoned. There's only one fool left that hasn't given it up.
And that's her? She speaks wistfully, entranced in the days of memory, oblivious to the nearing sound of footsteps behind her.
And you, I suppose, are this only one fool, yes?
How long have you been here? Vila pulls Avgust toward her protectively and reproaches him with a ruffle of a child's hair.
Please, ma'am. Believe me, I am not a child abductor.
Well,
Windsong offers a pained gesture towards the boy.
I think this isn't a good place to receive our guests. We have much more appropriate arrangements for new friends. But if our guest has any ill intentions, we will retaliate.
You know, I'm not big on shipping or anything, but this one kind of works. Not with Avgust, by the way. No, I meant between Windsong and Vila. But it was just one scene, perhaps it won't be that enticing to me in the future. Part 3, Needle Glass. The beautiful Arctic foxes, the warm seawater, and the disgraceful needle grass all claim their place here. The group, each harboring their own thoughts, returns toward the small town, Vila and Avgust humming out a sing-song tune. An anxious Windsong remains silent for the journey. Vila wheels around just as they arrived at the outskirts, keeping up the cadence of the song.
We're here. Thank you for taking care of little comrade Avgust, miss.
You mean I'm not here to be questioned? Or arrested?
Well, if you're Xeno, you're expected. If you're not Xeno, you should tell them.
Of course not. Perhaps we're a little too optimistic, but when we meet a stranger, we prefer to welcome them.
Vila looks over the awkward figure, reading the expression on her face. The researcher breaks the silence with a stumble.
Oh. Well, I'm Windsong.
That's a very unique name. And where is it you come from?
From the east side of the Dniester River.
Vila's scales are hit with a sea breeze. It holds her and their conversation. The teacher breaks out from her pause.
No offense, miss, but you have a complicated and unfamiliar scent about you.
Yeah, Avgust definitely copies Vila. Because why would, I'm guessing he's normal, like he's a human, but arcanist human. So why, if he's not, a mythological being like Vila, because Vila is an arcanist and a Selkie? Yeah, and a Selkie, then it makes sense for her to sniff people out because her sense of scent is more acute, I guess. Whereas, I'm guessing, Avgust's scent isn't as strong, but just because he's seen his teacher do it a lot, perhaps he's also doing it himself.
The smell of hard rocks, a lighthouse by the sea, rainwater in a humid summer. Nothing hostile, though.
I think most ruthless travelers like me smell like that.
Welcome to Rayashki, Miss Windsong.
Vila motions inward to the town.
Thank you. I understand your caution, but...
Windsong is seized by her own suspicion, spying the unusual scales on her host's neck. Vila catches a glance. She sadly tugs at her sleeve and shrinks her neck into her coat, taking a few cautious steps backwards.
You have nothing to worry about. It's not a disease. Anyway, let's talk about you. I heard that you are a researcher. Not long ago, many of your peers visited here. They wandered around and looked under every rock and floorboard in the town, like you do. I thought perhaps they were attracted here by the town itself, But regrettably, not long after, they left one after another in disappointment. I was disappointed too.
There is a curiousness in her tone.
Will you be like them?
I don't understand where her yearning stems from here. Did she want those researchers to be interested in her town? Or does she want people to stay in the town?
Those people are famous scholars. Of course they won't spend too much time on a project with unclear prospects. But I'm used to those.
She spreads her hands out to the town with nothing more to say.
I salute you for your courage and spirit of exploration.
I thought you might be more hostile to me. Shouting things like, "Who do you think you are to prowl about on our private property?"
Huh?
Many see the study of ley lines like finding a needle in the grass of a Siberian field. Wasted effort with negligible results.
There is no such thing as meaningless work. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, or what you do. You will find your purpose here.
Lila shifts her gaze over to Avgust, who has been found and surrounded by the other children not far away.
Is that so? No wonder how you have such an unusual student like Avgust.
All that childhood wonder. Innocence. Somehow you've preserved it in him, haven't you?
The children seem unconcerned with the new adult. They have their own world and their own rules to be addressed.
Is the show finished?
We cancelled our rehearsal, Avgust. Mr. Yevgeny just left red-faced.
Red-faced?
Yes, and he cancelled the friendship cheese on the food menu. All thanks to you.
But I was welcoming our new friend.
And we have lost our cheese because of you. This is all your fault.
Piotr, I don't like you.
You're the most bothersome kid in the Rayashki.
Look who's talking.
I know that word. Most means the best. So thank you, Piotr.
It's Piotr, not Pio. Okay.
You.
The other children gather close. This is a good example of when people talk shit to you, smile that pisses them more off than actually talking back to them. That's exactly what he did, but unknowingly, of course.
Avgust, we don't see anyone new here. You're not lying again.
She's with Vila. They greet each other, share footprints, and even sing together. Windsong is also the best. She can draw many lines on the snow and even on a seagull.
A seagull. Okay, his imagination is, yeah.
We're not having another freak in town, right?
Another freak? Are you saying that the first freak is him or Vila? Just so I know.
Do you mean drawing on the blackboard? Like Miss Vila did?
Avgust playfully shakes his head, feigning an air of mystery.
She made the earth turn into a tall wall. And she blew her breath at it and made a building appear.
Now, if that isn't every architect's dream, I don't know what is. Like just drawing it in the air and blowing at it and then this coming to life instead of dealing with all the construction work and yeah.
If we had enough ley hunters like her working together, we would be able to send sunflowers high into the sky.
That's not so tough. All the men in town know how to build stuff like that.
With their breath? Calm your tits, kid.
When we grow up, we will work like them, with hoes and shovels.
The stat eyes kind of scare me. That's what you want from your life? I mean, no... Obviously, no shame to people that do these jobs. I'm just saying that, I don't know, it's too early for a child to like this kind of work. I can see how an adult could think that it's enticing for various reasons, but that being your dream as a kid... I don't know, I think that when you're a kid you should dream of things that are crazy, like being an astronaut, being an artist. Which, okay, I know you're thinking, you're an artist too, lady, that isn't crazy. Yeah, but like, I'm not a successful artist. You know what I mean? What else? Oh my goodness. I think lines of work that makes you feel like a hero as well. For example, a firefighter, policeman. I can see why kids would like to be these things, but working with hoses, building buildings, I don't see the hype to it as a kid, because personally as a kid I wanted to be other things. But then again, I guess I had some weird things I wanted to be as a kid as well. I remember I wanted to be a vet because I loved animals. I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted... Oh, an archaeologist, but imagine Tomb Raider, Lara Croft type of archaeologist, not the type that, you know, the realistic version. That wasn't that inspiring to me. I wanted to have my gun, search ancient civilizations. But yeah, and then I realized that in reality these things are kind of progressed now. I cannot suddenly just pop up into some abandoned village and read strange things on walls, you know. What else did I want to be? Oh, a fashion designer. In fact, when it came to this, I had a notebook and I would cut away all my favorite clothes from magazines my mother bought and I would stick them in there. So now I have like 2 or 3 notebooks full of clothes from various eras. Early zeros to, I don't know, 2010. I don't remember when I stopped doing that. Anyway, yeah. I wanted to be things that are flashy, and I expected most kids to want to be something flashy. And I don't see this job as very flashy for a child's eyes, but perhaps that's because my creator was surrounded by people with this job often as a child. I don't know. Maybe that's it. Anyway, let's keep going.
But that will take ages. If we can learn how to build like the lay hunters, then we can help the adults right now.
Don't listen to Avgust.
The children discuss the notion animatedly. Piotr finds himself squeezed out of their huddle. He puffs his cheeks and hurries over to the adults.
Greetings, Miss Windsong. Is it true? Can you really shape the earth into different things and build things from it?
Not exactly. The things I build with my arcane skill have only a momentary effect. I can't use it that way. I learned it as part of my research while studying ley lines.
The other children join in.
Miss Windsong, those things Avgust told us, are they true? The sun that closes its eyes, the dark clouds that spit on people, and the lines that can reveal everything.
Miss Windsong, will you be our teacher? Like Miss Vila? Can you prove anything?
Kids, one question at a time.
The children surround Windsong, catching her off guard. She looks apologetically at Vila.
Sorry, Miss Vila. I should explain it to them. Mine is not a formal discipline. Many people believe that it relies too much on the observations of arcanists, and the conclusions aren't useful for the public.
They might not be useful for the public, but they're useful to satisfy a kid's curiosity.
So it is best that you kids do not study it.
She shrugs her shoulders.
A pursuit of passion, fit for only a very stubborn fool like me.
Oh, she's becoming relatable.
I see.
Vila nods in understanding.
Then you must show us all about it. Shouldn't she, kids?
My goodness. If you had such supportive teachers in your life, you're very lucky. I've been lucky. I'm not saying I haven't been. I had great teachers by my side, but I know of people who didn't and instead discouraged both kids and adults from doing things that, you know, wouldn't provide them with money and success and whatever a job is expected to do to be considered valid in the normal society. So what Vila is doing right here is just so precious.
I'm sure Miss Windsong would be very happy to give us a special lesson about her studies.
See, everybody looks down on those studies, but Vila is like, well, you became a specialist at what you do, so whether they are considered important or not, you still know a lot about this. It's still knowledge. And Avgust told us that Vila thinks that knowledge is the best thing. So it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. What matters is that you provide people with the knowledge you have, whether you get results from it or not.
Yay!
Escaping this unasked for obligation may prove more difficult than expected.
Miss Vila, I thought I made myself clear.
You did, and so did she.
You have worked hard in this pursuit of passion, haven't you?
Regardless, the study of ley lines is, well, it's useless.
If it matters to you, my girl, it's not useless. Windsong lightly taps the yellowed notebook filled with cryptic scribbles and notes.
Useless?
These kids should learn something like geography. It's a much more thorough and important field. As far as the general public and academic institutions are concerned, the study of ley lines is just a niche aspect of geography. Worse still, one that is solely accessible to arcanists.
Well, Avgust is an arcanist. Doesn't he have the right to know?
To devote any real time to its investigation would take up valuable research funds and equally valuable researchers.
At least that was how they felt about it.
Vila furrows her brow.
Who can say for certain?
What about you? Do you also think that the study of ley lines is a waste of funds and manpower?
Of course I don't. Through ley lines, we can detect arcanum-related events in the area, learn about local arcane creatures, and find the secrets hidden both above and below the Earth's surface. But I can't yet prove this to people.
Vila places her hand on Windsong's shoulder.
Well, you don't have to prove it alone. It doesn't matter what others think of your work. The only important thing is finding its uses. At first, Rayashki was just a remote village, far north in the Arctic Circle. People came here to share a dream of a better future. It was only by luck that we found the Runium. Then Zeno approached us and became our business partner. For over 60 years, people here have worked together to make it what it is now. We built the school, the swimming pool, and the cinema. For everyone, Rayashki embraces and takes in every newcomer. You and your studies are no exception.
At this point, this is a solution. Like, all of the people that feel like they're outcasts or they're told that their work doesn't matter, they should just go out into the mountains, make a town of their own, and live the way they want without the negativity of those quote-unquote normal people. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you're looking for people like you will find them. I always embrace that and encourage it. I mean, I'm writing a whole ass series about this. Like, this is what my whip is about: finding your people and doing what you love, following your dreams, being yourself unapologetically, so long that you don't hurt anyone else. But this takes it on another level, because like, you're moving out with such people and you're making a town of your own away from this kind of mindset, you know.
This is where our paths meet.
Vila smiles warmly. It hits like a warm sea breeze. And now this is the part that they have to put a romantic song and say that Windsong is starstruck. But they won because, you know, any romance in this game comes to what the people think. Or not. No. Because unlike Genshin, this one actually gives hints of romance in 2 to 3 situations. But yeah, this one doesn't have one. Like, I will admit, I'm right now shipping based on my stupid mindset and not because the game promotes it. Just so you know. Like, I'm not... I can tell reality from fantasy, because some people, unfortunately, in this community can't. And it can be a little frustrating. Like, make your own ships, nobody's going to tell you otherwise, but claiming some things are canon when they're not is a little bit... yeah. Anyway. A pair of hands concealing sharp scales extends towards Windsong.
Please know that I'm not just doing this for you. I'm doing this for a better future.
Vila glances at the children not far away. Some of them seem to be solemnly saluting a sunflower as if it were a security team guard.
A well-rounded education is vital in bringing up the next generation of scientists and workers. Our children should learn more about this world, even from those perspectives and types of knowledge that aren't widely accepted.
And that's what a teacher should be doing. But do they? No, because bias is a big thing, unfortunately, and it passes to our educators and creates even more people with narrow minds, as if narrow-minded parents aren't enough of a problem. Windsong looks out to them and meets the face of her unexpected friend. He waves back excitedly.
Thank you, Miss Vila.
She clasps her hand. It is colder than expected, but welcoming.